Hi, my name is Mars Puyan from GBC Live. Today we have Klavs Hjort, the Senior Vice President of Danske Bank.
Danske Bank, yeah.
Yeah, Danske Bank is one of the biggest bank in Denmark, yes?
Yes, we are across a Nordic universal bank with about 150 years of legacy.
Wow.
Having a
impressive.
huge position in Denmark, of course,
Nice.
approximately 30% of market share.
Nice.
And then we have a challenger position in Sweden, Norway and Finland.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
So Danske Bank, we saw that Danske Bank is supporting nHack,
Yeah.
and which is so impressive. So before we get into nHack and Danske Bank, we want to know that, are you an entrepreneur yourself? Or you're an entrepreneur, you want to be entrepreneur?
Definitely, I have huge respect for the entrepreneurs.
Nice.
Huge, huge, huge. I'm out of a family who's entrepreneurs.
Oh, really? Nice.
The closest I get to it is that I used to be an entrepreneur. I used to work within advertising. I did an advertising agency 10 years ago.
Nice.
Or 15 years ago. It failed.
You failed.
And then I went into the corporate world.
Nice.
And now I work with innovation within, trying to be an entrepreneur, I guess it's called, trying to take all the culture and learnings of how to work from the startups and then deploy that into how we work with underserved markets or new business opportunities within Danske Bank.
Nice, perfect.
Which is a great pleasure.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Danske Bank, it is really interesting to see that Danske Bank in that level coming and helping, like nHack, which is itself is on a startup to help entrepreneurs from Nordic regions, taking them to here in China, or from China taking some tech companies or investors to Nordic regions, countries. So how Danske Bank came up with this? What is the reason?
I think the journey started, at least my journey with this area started 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Where we could see that there was some structural changes in the market.
Nice.
Of course, we could see how quick Amazon scaled, Facebook scaled, Google scaled.
Exponential growth.
Yes. Yeah. And imagine then that if we only stick to the companies with 50 years of experience, which will be at risk of the new ones, but didn't pay attention to the young ones, then they would scale with speed. So I was allowed now to start exploring how we as a bank could serve the so-called scaling companies. The first thing we did was to create a platform which is called The Hub.
The Hub.
TheHub.dk or thenordicHub.com.
Nice.
Which is out now in all Nordic markets, where we help them with attracting talents to startups. We help them with navigating on the risk capital, and we deploy tools for them. So if you want to do your first employee, how to find a contract for that, or if you want to know how to deal with IP rights, etc.
It's just a consulting platform.
It's a digital platform where you can imagine it's like a marketplace. So we ensure that investors and startups can meet. And at the moment, I think we have 3,000 startups in the Nordics on that platform. So that was the beginning of the journey. And we're still running that, and we are happy to do that. On top of that, we then build what is called Danske Bank Growth, which is about having advisors who understand the business models of the startups. And then eventually we were approached by Chris, I think in June. And then because we have learned how to see opportunities and not waiting for long business plans to evolve, we were just happy to start jumping on that trip.
Nice.
And help source the first 6 companies for this cohort. And we were here in September when we launched it, and we are happy to be here again. Because if you really want to understand the opportunities of scalers, then you have to have a China strategy.
Definitely.
And not being aware of what's happening in China, then you need to do it with partners. I think nHack is an excellent opportunity for us to do it with the experienced people.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, that's admirable that what you're doing. So my question is, you said that this journey has started since like 3 years ago, yeah? So did you get any feedback? I mean, do you see any good result, good conclusion out of this process and the procedure of 3 years that you have been doing?
I think we have seen that from not being present towards this segment, it's actually interesting how fast you can actually be a natural part of the ecosystem if you do something that has value.
Exactly.
So that has been a great learning. And then also for us not to spend years of making an Excel sheet on then we will do this and then we will do this and then we'll do this and then at the end we will make a lot of money.
Nice.
But just like many of the startups are searching for their business models. And we can now see that by doing something good, we will attract the scalers to join us in the Nordics as their preferred bank.
Nice.
So just like Silicon Valley Bank is the place to go if you are a US-based startup, we want to be the Silicon Valley Bank of the Nordics.
Nice, awesome. Is Danske Bank only is doing that for nHack in China, or you have been in other countries?
I think as most people in the Western Nordics, we have looked a lot to the West.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of partnerships in US, not with a concept like nHack, but we have a lot of partners over there and can help our customers bridging into that. The closest we get to that is something called Denmark Bridge, which is us together with a lot of other corporates and then C-level companies in the US, where we try to make that bridge. And now we have opened our eyes for China.
Nice.
And we will do much more of this, I'm sure.
Perfect. Is it the Danske Bank, what it's doing as in China is only about nHack, or you have been thinking about China's market?
We have a rep office in Beijing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a banking license out here, but we have an office in Beijing. Which, as most strategies within bank, started with us trying to help the big corporates.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we lacked some kind of presence in terms of smaller SMEs and startups. And that's why nHack just fits really nicely into our overall international strategy of wanting to help our Nordic companies going abroad. And then nHack can help us doing that in new ways instead of us only looking at it with banking eyes.
Exactly. How do you see the nHack's future? How would it be? What is your vision and image about that? I mean, you're one of those decision makers in Danske Bank, yeah? So how do you see that vision? Where you want to go? I mean,
hopefully we will be able to understand that we should be open for the speed of change here in China.
Yeah.
So now we have the Shanghai based, and Chris and the team is already now talking about Beijing and Shenzhen and other places. And for us not to wait to be certain about results, but also seeing opportunities for now, actually tapping into the opportunities within nHack.
Nice.
So I do hope that nHack will be a success and that we will continue to be a strong partner in that. And seeing the potential scale opportunities.
Nice.
And then I think in 6 months' time, both you and me will be much wiser about what happened to nHack. Yeah. Exactly. I'm so impressed about the speed out here.
It's nice. What I see, which is so admirable, and I really appreciate that is that your bank in that level is helping a kind of platform that is helping entrepreneurs to make things happen and get successful based on that. And I really appreciate for your presence here. And thank you so much, and hope we can have you again and again and again.
Thanks a lot. Thank you for coming. And
you're welcome. Hope you oftenly come to China, yes?
My last visit was back in 1994.
Wow.
So I couldn't actually say that I'm a frequent guest, but hopefully in the future I'll be here more frequent.
Yeah, I hope that we can have you again in our session. I really appreciate for your talk, for your points, and that's an honor to know you.